Good news, YouTube! My general is in mortal peril again, as we are back in the Saga campaign on Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai. So, what the crap's going on, by the way? I guess that's my more traditional intro. I suppose I should honor it. Even though some of you hate it. I love how that intro is either a love or hate thing for the folks. It's like some of you are like, Eric, you didn't say what the crap's going on. And then other people are like, jeez, quit saying it already. It's so horrible. No, not really. I'm highly exaggerating the downside of it from what people do, but just having a little fun. So yes, indeed, we have finished. Well, no, I actually have that fleet parked there for a reason. It's so we can bombard the crap out of this army if they attack me. It is a fair bit of Shogun. Decent shooter troops, but obviously won't stack up against what I have here. But my guys are retraining, which is why we might want the extra naval bombardment to help us out. These provinces up here have calmed down substantially, which is great. Let's see, they've already got a veteran in that army. I mean, this guy could be useful though. Let's bring him down to this point at least. He was the guy that was out on the ships for a long time before I finally realized that he was out on the ships. Let's go ahead and move back up. Just gonna see what else they got up here. Looks like they got a military port here, the Sato do. I'm just outside its bombardment range now. I want to bombard the target here. Looks like we succeeded in damaging their military port. That may prevent them from making more ships. And I want to get over here to Yamashiro with this army. I don't know if I'll be able to get there before my before my allies get there, but I'd like to try. I can't remember, was I training? No, I had trained the army down here, and it is now on land in Shikoku, within striking distance of its first target here, which would be Awa. And it looks like Tokushima is the castle town that we're going after here in the Awa province. It's giving them some pretty sturdy odds. At least I think so. We'll go ahead and fight this and take it. I'm going to fight it because if I use the auto-resolve, it's going to overkill several of my units in a way that I don't really think they deserve. So that's why I'm actually going to fight it, because some of you might be like, Air, why you waste your time on this one? Well, that's why. Because I don't want the auto-resolve to potentially kill some of my troops that I trained way back in Satsuma. Don't want to have to go through that again. Okay, let's see. Get loaded in here. My Armstrong guns can destroy their towers, some of their units, whatever else we can hit. And if they have not pulled their troops back to the keep, which the AI is not particularly good at, that means that I should be able to capitalize on the... Crap, why am I not thinking of the name? Suppression fire. Yes, I should be able to capitalize on suppression fire. And I say that because their morale is not unbreakable. If they... I don't have a whole lot of good firing positions for my artillery, unfortunately. All the hills have trees that will get in the way of their shots, so I'd kind of be shooting uphill. But as long as we can hit their towers, we should be good, because that'll prevent them from shooting my troops a lot. Let's go ahead and unlimber these guns here. I will take them off fire at will so I can give them targets. Attacking from this side seems like it would be prudent. All I have is spear levy, so I don't have a substantial melee force. But my Imperial Infantry would be alright in melee versus anything that we're going to find here. At least in my mind it would be. Let's go ahead and start the battle. First of all, we want to get our sharpshooters in range to do a little picking. Let's just get these other troops out of the way of my cannons so they can fire. To keep an eye, make sure I don't get too close to the wall where they can actually shoot back at me. Let's take our artillery and go ahead and focus some fire on the fort wall. Might want to move my cav. Probably not the most brilliant place to be standing. And I think I left some of my cav somewhere else. I did. Okay. Got a good clean shot at the wall here. We're going to cause some pretty heavy damage to that unit. When I say pretty heavy damage, I mean very heavy damage. We just killed quite a few men in that unit. Let's go ahead and attack the fort wall here and kill some more of their men. Just, you know, take a few of their numbers out here. That's the general idea. And then I'll let my sharpshooters finish the deal. One or two more good hits. That wall should be done for it. There we go. Let's go ahead and hit this fort wall here. This just causes a lot of damage to the units that are garrisoned there, so that's the main reason why I'm doing it. You can see the damage is pretty substantial. It's certainly not inconsequential. And then my sharpshooters are getting a bead on the troops that are still there. I gotta make sure I don't move too far forward where they can shoot back though. I want to make sure I capitalize on my range advantage. We're gonna now hit this wall up here. Just use our cannons to hit as many walls as we can, just to damage these troops as much as possible. Just soften them up before we make an assault. As you can see, we're being quite successful in doing so. Let's maybe hit right here as well. Yeah, my sharpshooters aren't getting a ton of kills, but they're getting kills. Might as well let them use their ammo because these guys won't be any good in melee. Nor do we want to use them in melee for that matter. Looks like we've destroyed another wall there. Let's see if we can get this archery tower. Ooh, yeah, solid hits there.
Your men have the enemy tower.
Yes, we do.
Sir.
That tower's in range. I'll see if I have an unobstructed shot to it. Might as well just get rid of it if we can. Yeah, we're hitting it. This unit over here is actually starting to waver. I might go ahead and drop suppression fire. See if we... Yeah, that one actually routed over here. This unit is trying to use suppression fire, but
tower is down, sir. Take advantage of it.
Guys aren't in range. Let's go ahead and hit that fort wall there. Come on, take a shot before suppression fire runs out. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Take the shot. I don't know if they're gonna shoot. Nope, I didn't get the shot off. What? How are they shooting at me and my guys can't shoot them? There's another one of those weird line of sight glitches you get sometimes. I think so. We must have destroyed this wall over here as well. Yeah, we've done so. So let's just go ahead and have our cannons attack this unit, see if we can cause a little more damage real quick. Might go ahead and use the shrapnel shot just for fun. Let's see what the shrapnel shot does while the guys are on the wall. Not real sure how well it'll work. I mean, seems like it would still do okay-ish. If my cannons weren't targeting the extreme right side of the unit, then it would probably do pretty well. As you can see, I mean, it's definitely getting kills. The shrapnel shot looks so cool. As long as it's not being shot at your men, it looks cool, that is. This unit's pretty much wrecked. Let's give this unit a quick wrecking. I think it is time to move up our units. We'll just let our sharpshooters kind of stick back here to give covering fire. We're getting some nice hits. We're inadvertently destroying their gatehouse, which is good because I need a way to get in anyway. My sharpshooters just opened up, wrecking much of what was left of that unit. So yeah, they've only got one levy garrison infantry that's at full strength. The rest of their units have been damaged pretty badly, with the exception of their general, who has managed to go unscathed still. So we're going to push up relatively unopposed. Going to take out the gate. My cannons are absolutely shredding that unit. This is why I'm not sure why the... I think the auto-resolve may be basing some of its numbers... Ooh, yeah, that was a mistake. The auto-resolve may be basing some of its numbers off of the fact that it controls a fort, and it has certain defensive advantages. And that makes sense, but at the same time, when one has a cannon, most of the defensive measures that your castle provides you say goodbye. I am unable to shoot at whatever it is I have targeted here. I don't even, why can't I shoot at the gate? How is my view to the gate obstructed? Doesn't even make sense. What the heck would be obstructing my line of sight to the gate? Yeah, that makes very little sense. Let's see if I can just target like right there in front of the gate. There we go. Yeah, that's stupid. Tell me they can't shoot at the gate, but then give a little attack ground order, and it worked out just fine. So the enemy gate is out of the way. My sharpshooters, I was kind of wanting to start getting some shots on that unit up here. Oh, yeah, I forgot I should probably tell them to stop firing at the ground there. We actually hit the enemy general unit with some of those shots that went through the gate. That was brilliant. Let's go ahead and target this unit real quick. My sharpshooters have line of sight, but for some reason are choosing not to fire. It's one of those odd... There they go. Sometimes the fire at will mechanic is very screwy in this game. We're going to make sure we get rid of those guys. Oh, they're gone already anyway. Let's go ahead and redirect our fire over here. Our Imperial Infantry should be able to waltz in fairly easy. And their melee attack is 9, defense is 6. Yeah, the Spear Levy's much worse. I don't think we can hit those guys, but... yeah, they're not going to be able to fire there, that's fine. What I want to do is just go ahead and take my Imperial Infantry up and through. Let's bring my General up, so that perhaps I can use some of his abilities here. General's area of influence further boosting morale of units, increasing their melee attack and rate of fire. Yeah, so Gun Batey would be a good general ability to use in this particular situation. Their Spear Levy is actually kind of pulling back from the entrance and may fall back up to one of the upper tiers of the fort. Nope, they're going to stand here. Let's see if we can reposition for some shots. Fire, 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 fire! Fire! Of course, my guys didn't get any shots off. Even though they had plenty of time. They were doing a weird reforming thing. The Spear Levy garrison will get some kills, but it should overall be dying to my Imperial Infantry. It's an inferior unit in pretty much every way. Yeah, it's dying. Wonder if we should bring up my US Marines, let them get some action. We've lost a few men in that unit, which is unfortunate, but they did a pretty good job mopping up the Spear Levy. Definitely want to use my US Marines here if possible. Let's go ahead and start burning the gatehouse so that the US Marines can come up. Get some of my cav up here too. Hit play. So we burned through the gates there. These US Marines are tired. I'm going to fast forward for a minute and let them rest. I mean, they're not used to running, I guess. I don't know if they didn't drill Marines back then, but I don't think Marines today would have been tired from that short of a run. if their PT schedule's anything like what I've seen, they would be running for quite a ways before they get exhausted. But hey, it's a game. It's all good. All right, let's go ahead and walk these guys up. Like I said, I want to kind of duke the rest of this out with my U.S. Marines to a certain degree. I'll send an Imperial Infantry to support them, though. Actually, the Saber Cav would do the job as far as support goes. Just gotta burn my way up into the keep. Some of their units are actually routing down out of the keep at this point, because they're exiting the keep and it's causing them to rout. Let's go ahead and burn down this gate. Like how my US Marines doing like some kind of twitchy dance here. It's very nice. Alright, so that gate is destroyed. We just need to come on up here. I've always wondered, do your men die from going through the fire when the gate's still on fire? Sometimes I can swear they do, but then it doesn't look like they do, because they just walk through it safely right there. I was actually thinking, why don't we just line these guys up here and let them get a few shots? Get a dang shooting gallery on all these poor troops who are trying to rout. Very noble of my Marines here. Oh, a couple of them taking shots back though. Okay, let's put them in kneel fire so they can do this more effectively. So I'll get the front rank to kneel. There we go. I'm actually getting shot at. Marines are just like shooting the gate. That's pretty awesome. 10 of my Marines died, but they managed to rack up 53 kills pretty quickly. They are on fire at will. I'm going to save their ammo here. They can come off kneel fire. We need to burn the gate down here with these guys. Let's fast forward so we can do that and get up here and finish this combat. Okay, the gate is down. Let's go back into fire at will here, see if my guys can shoot. I think they can. $1 for the first man to kill an officer. That sounds like a deal. Looks like someone's going home with a buck. Garrison infantry. Those poor saps are just sitting there taking it straight in the back, getting shot in the spine. Look at this guy with the pistol here taking a shot at him too. Oh, guy got massacred. Okay, so they have one unit left. Ooh, are they gonna come over here to the walls? They might come garrison the walls. That would be a foolhardy mistake indeed. Oh yeah, this is a pretty stupid move by the AI. In fact, it's beyond stupid. So let's watch my US Marines and kneel fire 2 ranks. Give these guys the absolute business here. Oh, come on. What are we waiting on? Christmas? The hunting doesn't get any better than this. Really? How long does it take you guys to reload? I've never seen it take you that long to reload. Yeah, it's going to say this is going to end rather quickly and most painfully. Yeah, it's not taking you that long to reload now. Anyway, there we go. My US Marines finishing the battle in their awesome formation there. I know I spent a lot of time on that, even though it was a pretty small battle, but hey, whatever. I just felt like it'd be fun. Sometimes, you know, it's fun to play those battles. Don't like to do it every time, but when the auto-resolve's trying to work me over that bad, I have to have some fun with it. I guess that it makes me feel like it's fun to go prove the computer wrong whenever they're like, oh yeah, you're going to lose some men there. Am I? Because that sure did not happen. My general in that army increases in rank, which is nice. We'll repair the stronghold. We don't need this. We don't need the barracks. What do we got here? Financial district. That gives quite a bit of wealth there, which is pretty sweet. I'll just build like a police station or something to go along with it. We'll go ahead and upgrade the city. Maybe throw a trading port in here and be the kind conquerors who actually improve the situation of the locals after we killed all their men. Making it sound like I'm all virtuous and noble there, right? Not quite. Let's see. So one more turn and we're going to actually be able to start building factories, which is pretty sweet. One of you said that the inspired endeavors might be what's causing, yeah, plus 50% wealth generated by buildings across all provinces. That is definitely what's leading to my ludicrous wealth at the moment. And it will end after 6 more turns. So good point. Nice call out by one of the viewers there who obviously was paying more attention than I. Kind of thinking about building up a military port in Setsu. Well, I don't really think I need a military port in Setsu. Well, I don't really need a trading port either. Just build up the military port, I guess. Go with the silk weaving shed here again. Just go ahead and spend up some of that last bit of money that we have. Let me look at the little naval situation back here and make sure that, okay, we had mopped up all these guys who were pestering us back here. Got some repairs going on there. These guys are all over my port, but I can't get them till the next turn. And I may not be able to get them at all because all I've got is a damaged frigate. I may have to roll back around with this fleet here. And I have another frigate, actually, that landed my troops. It can actually now maybe sail back over and rejoin that fleet. Let's get those 2 frigates rejoined because they'll be a big help in keeping enemy naval nuisance to a minimum. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Looks like we got to turn off my Steam messages tonight. Tosa gonna come do some bombardments. The Tosa navies aren't gonna be a threat for much longer because they're about to die on land. So that's one way to get rid of enemy navies too. But obviously that'll be easier said than done with certain factions, like the Jozai Shogunal Vanguard. We've got quite a lot of their provinces to destroy. It is actually giving me the auto-resolve here, so I'm going to take it. Go ahead and sink those Jozai vessels. And the Jozai are going to come in and do some raiding. Typical. They don't want to actually fight me, so they'll avoid me and do some raiding. They'll probably take off running here shortly too. While we have that money rolling in, we probably do want to go ahead and start upgrading to as many factories as possible. The Sun Pu are actually now raiding up in Wakasa, which is unfortunate because I've kind of gone around, headed towards Yamashiro. That could be a problem. So we had a lot of raids, none of which affected our income that bad. Okay, so let's just kind of take a look at everything. Yeah, the Sun Pu are up here, but I do have some allies, but there's probably not enough of them to make a huge difference. But we could get over here and start bombarding this army and kind of screw them up. Like right there, we killed a bunch of Shogatai. We can at least temporarily disable those guys. I mean, if they come back and take Wakasa, it probably wouldn't be the end of the world. Like I said, I could kind of keep bombarding them, but I really want to get Yamashiro under control. I was gonna put a Kisho Ninja into this army. I haven't seen it pop up yet. Let's just go ahead and stick this samurai in this army, even though I think I had it bound somewhere else. How are my guys retraining here? Pretty decent. We're gonna need to bombard this army, start to rip them up a little. And then we can also be annoying and try and assassinate their leader. We did not succeed on that turn, but it doesn't mean we can't try again. It's an allied veteran. So like for instance, we got agents here. We could challenge their daimyo to single combat. There we go. Speaking of honor, we just killed their daimyo there. Foreign agent. I'm sure that really makes them happy. There are plenty more Jozai Shogunal Vanguard armies there, which are definitely some of a concern to me. What really concerns me at the moment is I want to be able to hold this province and leave it alone. But it's going to be a problem because it's got Shogun leanings as far as the sentiment.
What is your bidding?
What kind of... I can't tell what kind of agent that is they have in their army. Oh, it's a foreign veteran, I think. Let's go ahead and repair some of this stuff. So... I need to get over here to Tosa and finish off these guys as quickly as I can, but if I leave this stuff unguarded, they'll just march in behind me. So I think I'd love to take this army and just head for the mainland and start to put some hurt there, but I do believe I'm going to need this army. And let's be honest, if it rebels, I'm not as worried about recapturing it as I am kind of holding it. Maybe what we can do is just go ahead and send this agent over here to rally the populace. And then let's take this army and go ahead and start beelining it for Tosa itself. Yeah, I mean, I have a little damage on some of these troops, but nothing significant. We need to upgrade this general. Coastal bombardment range. Minus 5% to the upkeep won't hurt. And I can't even remember what I like to get over here. Naval's night battles. I think we'll try and go down that route. Could potentially come in handy later on. We'll go ahead and recruit a few units to try and garrison. Iyo will probably hold its own at this point. This army does not have a general, which is unfortunate. It will hold its own. And we can, again, just recruit a couple of units to help hold it. And then let's go ahead and take this army out and start kind of trying to pin the Tosa into an unpleasant spot. I'd like to get rid of those little fleets, but they're not my #1 concern at the moment. Let's go ahead and get some of this stuff back here repaired. And then let's look at the provinces where my geisha are and try and build the factories there, because we'll capitalize the most. So I mean, we're at +4 happiness here. We could make that even higher by upgrading the police station, but I mean, this factory, it's only going to add -1, and we get a nice little boost off of upgrading to it. A lot of extra town growth because of it too, which I think drives economic growth, so that's a pretty sweet deal. So again, let's just hit all these provinces where I've got the geisha boosting the wealth from buildings. Oh, we haven't even built it up here at the silk weaving shed. Do I have a geisha there? Sure do. It's being wasted without having built that up. But we'll go over here to Higo, and again, we gotta check just to make sure that happiness level can maintain it, and it looks like it can. Let's go ahead and build up to the factory there. We need to upgrade the town here so that we can build other buildings. So that, like I said, we want to use this money that we're getting for now to build up some buildings so that we can start earning that much money even when the Inspired Endeavors goes away eventually. Yeah, let's not worry about Wakasa just for the moment. We'll use our fleet up here, like I said, to try and be a deterrent. And to be quite honest, if we just trained a couple of garrison units up here, we might be able to kind of put up enough of a fight. We're only 2 turns from getting a better castle too, which will give us a little more infantry. And then if we use the navy to help with bombardments, it could be pretty nice. I don't know, we'll just see how it works out. Not exactly sure at the moment what we're going to get. And now we're 12 turns from getting this done to where we can build the prefecture. This one would give us a pretty nice chunk off the upkeep of armies. Increase trade income tariffs by 20%. That would be pretty sweet because we're making a nice bit of money off of trade. Then I think we'll do that one to decrease the cost of all of our upkeep. I like this huge economy that we have going here. Wasn't it a Roman? Was it some Roman, or who was it said that what is it? Money is the sinew of war, or something like that. It was one of those sayings. This is actually good. Those troops are thinking about coming to attack me, so that'll be a distraction for the Tosa forces. Jozai gonna come do some annoying bombardment. We'll get those guys. Some of my fleets are kind of otherwise occupied at the moment, but it's not too big a deal. Those raids are gonna do no real substantial damage. And as soon as my guys are done being retrained, I'm just gonna lash out and destroy those Jozai armies. Yes, good. So my allies actually went the other direction, and they're gonna be able to drive back the Sun Pu. That is perfect. As long as they succeed. But I will keep dropping the bombardments to make sure that I'm supporting... where's that Ishin Shishi increased in rank? Mounting rest in Ewa, that's expected. So this Ishin Shishi has increased in rank. Happiness where this man is present, that's perfect. Persuading troops, not as needed, but we'll just put it there anyway. So this Ishin Shishi has become more valuable still. Might be able to rally this populace away from rebelling. And indeed he can. The value of the good Ishin Shishi there goes a long way. Tosa is one turn from being in the sights of my army. What kind of troops do these guys have? Decent-ish. They could possibly win this fight even. I can't get back to my city unless I plow on through this guy, which we could technically. So do I just fight these guys? If I attack them, they can camp. If they attack me, then I can hold out. So I think what I'm going to do is just auto-resolve the death of that little army and get back into my stronghold, which it won't let me. That's pretty annoying. Pretty super annoying. It was just my cannon preventing me from getting there. I don't know why the cannon just moved again and it said that I couldn't get in there. That's annoying. Whatever. We'll make it work. I do want to repair this frigate. And then this frigate, let's bring it in here and try and repair it too. Let's get these two frigates up and repaired, because we can use them to help out this stack if we get besieged. This crappy little Conrad Maru is probably going to die anyway, so let's just throw it over here on a suicide mission. Not really concerned about any damage these guys are causing with the bombardments right now, because it's not going to do anything substantial. I'm basically getting everything that I need out of this at the moment anyway. Repair that. Okay. So let's check out our army at Setsu. It is fairly well retrained. We're still somewhat low in numbers, but with 3 Armstrong guns, I'm pretty sure that we can handle ourselves here, especially if we move over into naval bombardment range, which we are. Let's go ahead and teach these guys a lesson. This is going to be a pretty fun fight. Saigo Sadatomo versus my general, which is Nabeshima Mochiaki. Oh, we are ever so close to Yamashiro too. It's going to be very exciting to have Tokyo under our Kyoto under our control. Tokyo, I believe, is Edo on this game. It is Edo, I believe, in the same spot as Tokyo. Again, probably not real good with my Japanese geography. Not exactly a subject commonly visited in American schools. But I actually really didn't care much for, Japanese history. Like, I didn't have an interest in it. And then I played this game, and honestly, it was pretty interesting to read. I didn't read extensively, but read a little bit about the Sengoku Jidai and the Boshin War, obviously. But I think that that's one of the things I've always liked about Total War games, is they kind of like, they'll pique your interest in something and make it kind of exciting to learn. I wonder if the AI is going to push forward or if they're going to hill camp. If they're going to push forward, yeah, we'll kind of figure it out, because I don't want to rush straight at them. And the reason I say that is because I'd like for my cannons to be able to do their full damage. Let's go ahead and put our sharpshooters on the flanks. I like the sharpshooters to take pot shots at enemy cav, and then I can use my own cav at that point to finish them. We'll kind of put some saber and Yariki on each flank. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna select everything except the Armstrong guns. Don't generally like groups on this game as they act kind of weird. Let's see what the AI does. Looks like the AI is content to camp. That's good. That's what we want. Let's go ahead and ungroup this guys here. We kind of need our guys to get up on this ridge line in order to get effective cannon shots. It's gonna take me a while to get there. They do not have any cannons, so it'll be safe to let my general go ahead and continue to move up first. We're gonna have a pretty severe naval bombardment that we can drop on them, and if they're just gonna stand there and take it, I'm gonna dish every last bit of it. And if they're gonna stand there and take it, I'm gonna let my cannons absolutely unload all they can handle. It'll be like an all-you-can-eat cannonball buffet, so to speak. Ooh, no, AI's moving. AI's moving. Now they've stopped moving. Let's take a look at our lines of sight. These are not particularly brilliant. Yeah, we'll have to watch when we take the fight. Like, leaving my guys back here might actually be smart, rather than trying to move them up anymore. I might be able to push these guys forward a little, but this flank will want to leave it back, and it's because as we sit back here on this ridge, we can shoot any of their guys who come up and over the hill. I was never the best with lines of sight in this game, obviously because I was never like a real champion in multiplayer on either Shogun 2 or Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai. It's not like I've been great at multiplayer on any game, but these ones were certainly not my forte. I had a lot more success in Rome 2 and Attila than I did on these games. You go ahead and fire, and then I'm going to interrupt their approach with naval fire support mission. Okay, this is gonna force the AI to want to get closer. It's good. My naval fire's on the way in, I can tell, because the AI is starting to run in every direction to try and get safe. There comes the bombardment. We're getting some good hits, some misses. Overall, I'd say it's definitely an extremely damaging bombardment. Definitely killing probably a couple of hundred men, and it's not even over yet. It is raining fire on the Jozai Shogunal Vanguard. Let's go ahead and limber the Armstrong guns and pull back behind my lines. It's going to be close because their guys are just about to push into range. Come on, 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 limber up. Limber up. Okay, my Armstrong guns are going to escape to safety. They have some bokachi, actually, that are going to be able to outrange me here. That's actually kind of troublesome.
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril.
I fear our general will be just fine. Now, their guys are firing and mine are not here, which is another one of those convenient problems that always seems to plague me. It's probably a line of sight issue right here. It is, because my guys just continue to walk forward. How are you walking forward in kneel fire to begin with? Okay, back up. Let's pull back out of here. They got sharpshooters and bow keys shooting me, but my guys won't shoot back. So I'm just going to have to fall back and try and lure their guys forward. And I'm getting bokachi screwing me up pretty bad here in the center. And yeah, once again, their guys are getting better shots on me because of some weird line of sight issues. So I'm just going to fall back and see if I can get my guys into a better line of sight position. Right now, nothing's working though. Their guys continue to shoot. And mine finally start to return some fire over here. Yeah, that Bokachi is getting pretty annoying. These guys are all camping back here. I'm going to drop a naval bombardment on them to teach them a lesson. Shoot that Boki. Yeah, this infantry is just getting absolutely destroyed by that Bokachi. The sharpshooters still are not. Let's just get these guys to safety here. Keep them alive. I've let them get shot way too much. The lines of sight are honestly just awful where I'm at. And they're... Oh my gosh, seriously? You're going to walk right into the face of that Boki? Okay, my next naval... The lines of sight here are driving me absolutely crazy. I'm going to go out here and try and silence that... Look at this. Their guys just sitting here shooting me, and my guys aren't even responding. So annoying. Look at this. Their line infantry's firing, and my guys won't fire back. They're just sitting there getting shot. Unbelievable. Well, let's see if they like getting charged here. Now they're just shooting at my other line infantry. My naval bombardment hit those guys over there and was relatively successful. I'm going to take out these Bokachi here real quick. My guys just won't shoot for crap on this episode. That Boki is going to get into the back of my Katanakachi, which is actually unfortunate. But it should still be able to win that fight with relative ease. No, 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 don't shoot into my own men, please. I've already lost enough men in this fight because of the jacked up line of sight. Oh, these stupid Boki. I forgot how annoying the AI can be with the Boki, especially when you got line of sight issues here. I mean, like, these guys can't fire. They've got to crest over the hill in order to get a shot. You would think these guys have line of sight, and they do. For some reason, they were waiting to fire. I don't know where you think you're going. Some kind of weird glitch. My Katanakachi actually took an enormous number of losses to that Boki and Bokachi. We need a better fighting position if we're going to shoot these guys to death, and clearly where I'm at is not it. I want to get my cannons up and let them bombard the enemy position a little more. Yeah, these lines of sight are awful through here. It's not what we want at all. Kind of thinking, let's get a couple of semi-healthy line infantry into... Yeah, so as soon as I move my cannons up, the AI pushes forward, it seems like. What we should do maybe is let's get our sharpshooters. Where the heck are you guys going? Let's kind of just get our guys right behind these ridge lines. Alright, what kind of melee troops do I have left here? I got a Yarikachi. Got some cavalry. Let's move up over here. I kind of want to just assess some of my troops. Okay, I'm going to unlimber these guns and just kind of let them... Let's open fire on these Shogutai. I don't have a ton of shooting troops left, so we might as well destroy the Shogutai. Because I don't know if I could shoot them down successfully as they came in on a melee rush. This fight has not gone quite as nicely as I'd like. Go ahead and fire, cannons. Please. There we go. Getting some nice wreckage on those Shogutai. Let's maybe go ahead and target another unit of them. The AI is backing up, which is quite odd. It's going to allow me to capture positions that have much better line of sight and still allow my cannons basically excellent firing positions. Yeah, the line of sight here is going to be quite good. So I kind of want to put my Imperial infantry up on this ridgeline. And then if I support them with the Cav and these Katana Kachi, will be in good shape. And then the Sharpshooter should have a good line of sight and coverage right here in these trees. And again, they can be supported here. So yeah, if we can force the AI to attack at this point, which they may not want to attack, they may just want to sit here and take this punishment. And if that's the case, I'm willing to dish it out. Fast forward for a minute while we bombard the Shogatite. Yeah, it looks like they've reformed and they may be coming back for more. I'm going to go ahead and try and kill their general real quick. Yeah, this is going to afford me excellent lines of sight. Their general just got ransacked there. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, target the Shogatite. Let's get these guys into kneel fire. Let's use one of them on suppression fire.
You have triumphed over the enemy.
Yes, we have at this point, finally. Alright, suppression fire. So this ought to cause a chain rout amongst the rest of the enemy troops. And it has. So finally kind of dealing the Jozai the swift death that I wanted. This army, though, is still going to take a long time to retrain. And all this time retraining is unfortunate, as it's going to mean that these troops are going to be unable to go on the attack. But each of these big enemy armies destroyed obviously gains us power on the map and is quite useful. Not to say that the enemy can't rebuild them, but as we slowly push forward taking provinces and killing these armies, it'll ever erode the enemy capability in the area. So yeah, we can get back in, get quick retraining. These guys may still try and do some raiding, but we can basically just buy them off at this point and disband. So there we go. So we got rid of those that Jozai stack. There's a Sato army here as well that probably needs the same treatment. We'll go ahead and bring this guy down here again, persuade the troops, and just get rid of them. That way they can't keep doing their little nuisance raids. And we can now rebuild the buildings that are here. We do have some enemy agents nearby that we'll need to take care of. Naval bombardment worked out great. Let's move over here and see. Yeah, we actually did manage to get just barely in bombardment range there. So we'll deal those guys some bombardment. Might need to bombard Kawachi if we can reach it. I don't know that we will be able to. Yeah, one turn till we hit Tosa, so the Tosa will pretty much be out of the game on the next turn, which is going to be fantastic. Yeah, once the Tosa are out of the game, that's going to be, you know, again, less fleets and everything. These armies here can move to the mainland and help secure it. So I think once that happens, our enemies are going to be in some real trouble. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. HeirofCarthage signing off for now. I will see you next time.